Alright, so now let's try to get TARS working. So, we are going to go to Microsoft Visual 2010 Express, which is a free install if you want to do that now, and we want to open it as administrator. This is necessary for opening TARS. Now, open project. This is our TARS folder from the one that we did a git pull on earlier. TARS and load solution. Okay, looks good. Now let's try to run it. And I hit F5 there, which is a quick debug option. There we go. So we are able to access most of this at the moment. But whenever we open something that requires a database call, such as what I just did there with search PCA, which looks for PCA codes, it crashes because we have not yet loaded the database with the required tables. So this crash is expected. So now let's try to add that in. Okay, so to add our tables to the database, we are going to go to SQL Server Management Studio, which we installed earlier, and then tell it to connect to local, which should by default be the server that we installed earlier. Okay. So now we want to add a new database. Let's call it TARSDB. Oh, and before we go on, we should go to Tools, Options, Designers, Table and Database Designers, and turn this flag off. This makes it a lot more easier to edit tables and save them. Okay. Oops. So let's look at the tables, and we have none. So let's make a new table. And now we actually have to just add this stuff. So let's see what we're looking at here. Models, PCA code, and this is the information that we need. So let's open that and put this stuff in. Okay, so now that we have that, there is one more thing to note. The ID here is never actually used in TARS. It is the primary key which the database uses to keep all this stuff organized. So we have to specify that. Right-click here, set primary key. This will turn off allows nulls. And now we want to scroll. Why did that turn to money? Okay, make sure it's an int. Now we scroll down and go to Identity Specification. We want to turn this on. It should be yes, yes, 1, and 1. This will allow it to work. Now the name is a little bit strange. We call our model PCA code. So when we name our table, I'm pretty sure this is just an IIS thing. We have to call it PCA codes. It's a relatively minor fix, but if you don't do this or do it wrong or whatever, it'll let you know. It's a very, very easy fix. Then we hit enter and save. So there we have it, DBO PCA codes. So now, if we were to go back and access that page, this would work no problem. But what we really want here is a generic method to take all this database information and share it across all the computers for everyone in the group without everyone having to do this manually. And thankfully, this provides a way to do it. So you right-click the database you want. You can script table as, create, drop and create. Let's say we do this one. Let's save it to, let's say the desktop, add and drop PCA codes. So now you have this file that when you open shows all the SQL commands necessary for someone else to get this to work. So if we were to run this, let's say execute, it will drop our old PCA codes table and add in the new one, which is the exact same. So if you were to post this to the TARS database, or I mean not the database, the TARS collaboration, you could just store it somewhere and anyone could view it.